Hey, Ortiz gets in. There's a lot of people talking. Last night, Ortiz, Big Papi, the only one, 78% of the votes. He barely makes it in. Should Ortiz have been a first ballot guy?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely do. He was, especially the way he came up. Minnesota, he was pretty average at best. And then he took off. And, the years he had, I'm a big believer. We're talking Hall of Fame, big believer about how you do in the clutch. If you're a big clutch hitter, I think that should take away, some stats that you might not, be great at. And I think he was a really big clutch hitter, especially in the playoffs. And, a guy you didn't want to see come, bottom 9, especially. I think he definitely deserved it.
How do people justify it? Like Frank Isola, Daily News said, ESPN said something like, "Look, if you voted for Ortiz, why didn't you vote for Clemons? Why didn't you vote for Schilling? Why didn't you vote, for Bonds?" What are your thoughts on that? Being a former player.
Yeah, I mean that's a great question. It's really didn't make sense to me.
Would you vote for those guys? Would you vote for Clemons and Bonds and those guys being a former player? You would?
I would. You tell me this, 2010, probably not. But now, changing of the times, the more I think about it, two things come into my mind. The times have changed. It's changing. And it's
how so?
It's really,
how have they changed in your mind?
Well,
that you would vote for?
I just think, coming up now, for one, off track, pitching's getting better, hitting's getting better. And you see how hard it really was. Honestly, the steroid era was big time, but we move on. And I think that's the way the world is now. Like, you have to kind of move on a little bit and understand, you don't forget what they did. You don't forget it was not a good idea, as a person, as people. I think they're great people. They made huge mistakes, and, I'll never forget about that. But the numbers they put up were, astronomical. It was just crazy. You think about it. And, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, like the numbers these guys put up, and Clemens as pitchers, it was just unbelievable. And then you got people that say, well, they cheated. Well, yeah, of course. But still, it helped baseball a lot, and is it right to say, is it wrong to say? I don't know. But for me, my other instance would be, listen, are these guys people that you would pay to play a baseball game? Like, if you sat down and said, hey, son, I'm taking you to watch Roger Clemens play. Like, are you excited about that or not? I'm taking you to watch Barry Bonds. I'm juiced up. Like, if you're not fired up to watch the greatest hitters to ever play the game and greatest pitchers, yeah, they made mistakes, but at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie.
See, did you ever get tempted? Did you have to make a decision about taking steroids?
That's a great question. I never did. Never once. I never had, I've heard conversations of people talking, but, for me, nobody's ever said, you need to take these, or, I got these, you should try these. That's never happened once. And I'm glad, because, I don't think I would have done it, but at the same time, you never know. It's just one of those deals where my raw power was taking over for everything. So I don't even think I needed it, to be honest with you. No cockiness. Not trying to be cocky, but
yes, you are.
It never crossed my mind to take them.
I had a friend. I don't know if you know Tim Belcher. Did you ever meet Tim?
I think I've met Tim. Yes, I do. I know him.
Yeah. So Tim's a friend of mine, longtime friend of mine, and he pitched in the steroids era, and he told me this. He goes, look, people are nuts if they don't think it would help pitchers. Like, he didn't do it, but he's like, you're insane if you don't think this would help pitchers. Of course it would help pitchers.
Yeah. Without a doubt. Like, for me, like, if there was like a pill that would just give me like energy, I don't even want the power. I just want full energy. Like, everybody drinks these Red Bulls. I used to drink Red Bull in AAA, and I got these massive tension headaches. And I said, I can never drink one of these again because it make me feel like shit the whole rest of the day. But if there was back in the day, they used to use those greenies, man. Those things were unbelievable, they said. So I missed that era. I think I should have went back in that era and played. But yeah, I don't know. I've never had it. So it's like, what do you feel when you're on steroids? What do you feel when you're off? Like, what's the difference? So it's something that, I guess you got to look into. But I think it has to change. Will it change? No, but I think the voting has to change for sure.
I think the next guy, don't you think the next guy to be frozen out is A-Rod?
Yeah, I mean, he only had 34% of the votes. I read. That's whew. I mean, I like all these guys, but if you don't put the best hitter ever, one of the best hitters ever played a game, one of the best pitchers, or the pitcher with most Cy Young awards, and I'm thinking about Pete Rose. I mean, listen, the guy did his time. Like, come on, dude. The best. He's got the most hits ever in baseball. Like, what is going on here in this world here? Like, you got three of the best players that'll never get the accolades they deserve. But it's tough because I hear the other side too, because I was there too. I'm like, these guys should never be in it. I had conversations with people, but now it's like, as you get older, I guess you appreciate what they did more. But how do you know what? It's tough, but I do think they deserve to be on there.